okay. All right, let's jump into today's build. While we do so, while we look at what's in here for the Thera V2. Okay, I did take this out of the other package. There was 2 packages that came with this, and I kind of had to use the other box. But we got some, like, I don't know if these are magnetic pieces or something, but they came with it. We'll put these to the side. There's the encoder. Did the original Thera have a encoder, a rotary encoder? I don't even remember. Some screws, a daughter board with a ribbon cable, which is not my first choice, but we'll leave it here. Then we have this thing. I think this is supposed to be the encoder, like, keycap. So it's a wheel. Kind of cool. Wow. A lot of interesting things in this. Battery. Oh, I don't think we have a battery today. All right, well, we'll take a look at that later. We have a PC and a carbon fiber plate. Okay. Look how thick this thing of foam is. They are not leaving out any foam with this, like, at all. Then we do have a PCB that does have tons of flex cuts, which is not out of the norm. I think the last Thera also had shit tons of flex cuts. All right. Big fan of my Thera V1. I think a lot of people were. I don't know how we're gonna build this today. I actually haven't even taken a look at this board yet. Oh. It's a nice color. It's a 75%. I'm not gonna complain. It's a decent looking keyboard. Has like a little badge here on the top right, which we could remove for the encoder. I kind of like the back more than the V1. Because I don't think the V1 had its own. Was this a badge in the V1? Man, I can't remember. Funny story about my V1 Thera. I had a client who sent in a Thera for me to build. And someone, I believe, took it off of their porch or something. They didn't ask me or anything. And I just kind of like said, fuck it. Like I feel really bad about that. So I ended up sending them my V1 Thera. Completely different build. I don't even know if they liked it, but I don't know, something I thought was nice. What does the encoder do? It's like a rotary encoder, so you can do like volume. You can do tons of things with it. Actually, let's see if we can find the feet. It kind of looks like a complicated keyboard to build for some weird reason. What an interesting PCB. Huh. Akigami, what's going on, dude? Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I think the Thera is still a cool keyboard, and I think there is use cases for flex cuts, as you guys can see. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I think I'm just so tired of seeing like every row having flex cuts. And then you just, listen, like, this is me being 100 with you guys. This is not against Create Keeps or anything like that. Then you end up having to stuff fucking foam into this. Or the intention is you stuff a lot of foam. And these flex cuts no longer matter. You know? Like, they don't. They really don't. Like, let's call it what it is. Or let's just say we decide to use this PCB. Or, sorry, this plate. This is not, like, there's no flex cuts in this plate. Like, this is not going to allow any sort of movement in any way. So, like, why? Like, I get the idea of it wanting to, like, move in the center, but, like, that's not how this material works. It doesn't freely move in the center there. So, again, like, I understand it, but I don't understand it at the same time. It just seems super counterintuitive and just, like, over-engineered, in quotations, just to have, like, these flex cuts. And I know it's a trend right now, but it's a trend I'd like to see kind of like properly implemented, I guess. All right. Cool. No PE foam today. We'll just use some of this. I'm gonna go lose my shit in Valorant now. Have fun. Sapling, man. Holy. 369 no scope. You better get one, dude. You better get a 360 no scope, dude. Do I put this and erase this? Is this what they're asking me to do here? This doesn't look at all like the encoder that I have. You know what? We're just gonna do a normal, and if it requires me to raise it, I guess we'll raise it. It's not even it's just this. It's the knob. Okay, that's driving me nuts already. Yeah, like a rattle of some sort. Oh, that's so annoying. The spokes of the ship have room to, see the spacing? They have room to wiggle. Oh. So it's creating like a weird rattling noise. No, there's no screwing them on. It's just part of the mold. We'll still put it on. Okay, let me just solder this in together. I mean, it probably will rattle, but I guess we'll just get over it. Should be good with this. All right, let's quickly solder the rest in. If you were a knob, you'd never rattle because you're solid, bro. That means a lot, man. I really appreciate that. Thera V1 plateless with foam was the bomb. Yeah, I'm hoping this will also sound pretty good. What's this? And why is this here? Is this for the plateless build? These like very, very thin strips. Interesting. Oh, here are the gaskets. Oh, they're little tabs. Quite nice. So do I have to put on, does this just fit like this? Okay, so we just leave this on then. And do we put this on? I guess to frame it? Bear with me as we find this out, guys. Socks this time? Huh? Oh, for the gaskets? Dude, this does not go in very nice. Oh, because it's not a perfect square. It needs to be aligned a certain way. Interesting. This also rattles. Oh, this is also top mount, I think, too, right? I think you can also top mount this, which is pretty cool. So if you happen to use the plate, you can also top mount it. That's pretty neat. I don't mind that. I like it. I like having options. All right, let's put on our little socks. So you can do plateless, gasket, and top mount. Yeah. Well, I think plateless, you can do plateless PC or with a plate, and then the mounting options are gasket or top mount, which I kind of like. I do enjoy having options. I am a little disappointed by that rotary encoder that's rattling though. I'd like to see that 100% fixed up because I can see me being super irritated at that sound. I am interested to see how this keyboard's gonna sound. I don't love that there is a leaf spring over here underneath the spacebar. I would have preferred this actually being moved over, but we'll see how this sounds. Does this just go in like this? The blue facing down. Okay, this is not terrible then if it is. I don't love ribbon cables though. Is it gonna be a ribbon to the final? I don't know if it's a ribbon cable for that. I don't know. I hope it isn't, but I've never been a big fan of ribbon cables. All right, we'll do one piece of foam and if we end up wanting more, we can always put more. The three keyboards I'm using the most these days, a unicorn, snake, sonnet still a little bit, not as much as I was just because my desk is a little bit crowded these days, and then Corsa. You're the only creator I know that has 2 unicorns. I think there's other creators with more unicorns than me. I think so. Okay, I think I was supposed to put this little piece underneath, so I'm not going to press too hard on this, but interesting. I like the idea of the knob, but I don't like the knob here. I don't know if I love the steering wheel. I'm assuming you can put on something else, but it's the rattling. It's the weird rattling from the spokes on the ship wheel. It sounds so broken. Unfortunate, chat. Looks good though. Like it does look kind of neat, I suppose. It's a little tall for my liking though. I guess it kind of has to be. It's okay. Like, I think some people either really love it or really not like it. I have this set of keycaps that we can try. I've never used this. If you guys want to try something different today. It's called Atmosphere, PBT Atmosphere. I think it's from Keycap or Milky Way, one of the two. I can't remember. Don't forget to bend and snap, Alex. Don't forget to bend and snap. Bro, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
This is the bend and snap, Alex. And I need you to do this after I show you, okay?
There's no promises here, Timothy. Just go. Do your thing.
All right. So you gotta... Where's the... Hold on. Let me find something I can drop, right? Oh, no. I dropped my syringe. You gotta bend and snap. Again? One more time. Oh no, I dropped my syringe. And snap.
Jeez, Tim, you have too much time on your hands.
Oh, no, you need to do it now. You have to do it. You swore on the left nut.
Bro, I'm not doing it.
What?
You need to arch your back more? That's what someone said in chat. Huh? I never said I was going to do it though, Tim. There's no bait.
Everyone in chat, unfollow Alex right now.
If we look at the keyboard, the keycaps are beautiful. I think this is really nice. The keyboard itself, very, very simple. It is box on wedge, or not even, box on wedge rather. It's super, super simple. Weight on the bottom, super, super simple. Feet, nothing really too crazy. A little bit of a recessed USB port. I don't know the exact front height, but this does look like it's pretty tall. The knob, I don't love. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. Don't love this. Again, I think you can swap these out, so maybe it's just this particular encoder. I also think that this is kind of limiting for the theme of this keyboard. Plus, I guess I don't get why this is supposed to be like a Greek-based theme, right? Was, again, maybe me being ignorant, was Greek heavily in like ships and stuff? Was that like a thing? Santorini? Is it okay? Is it? So maybe that's why Santorini, okay. Right on the coast? Okay, maybe that makes sense then. I don't know if I love it. It's giving me more of like a pirate vibe than anything else. All right, let's see what this sounds like though. We are using Akko Vintage Whites. They're lubed with GS2. And then we are using PBT Atmosphere, which is a set that I totally forgot that I had, which low-key looks pretty nice on this. I think it's a pretty looking set. Okay. Typing feels very soft. We only use the mid-plate foam again, which I highly recommend because of all the flex cuts. No, we'll take the knob off. There's no rattling. If you hear rattling, it's probably the knob, because this. The spacebar also could be because we're using PBT, so maybe that's why there's discrepancy in sound. I find PBT spacebars are a mixed bag with sounds. Like, you're not always gonna get consistent PBT spacebar sounds. That could be depending on even factors like if there's a bit of a warp. We could try ABS as well. Honestly though, this doesn't feel too bad to type on. Is it weird that I don't mind the spacebar being like this though? I liked the PBT more, oddly enough. It's not bad. I think I just preferred the PBT in this case. Yeah, I prefer the PBT. Sometimes PBT do be better. Well, this was interesting, but this is not bad. Like, I don't mind this build. Again, there is some stuff that I wish, and this is not catered towards Create Keybs or anyone who made the Thera. There are some things that I just wish were different about keyboards at the moment. tons of flex cuts scattered into PCBs. I'm finding that be a really big trend these days. Again, I don't think it's conducive to a great sounding keyboard overall. Like, you can get the keyboard to sound good. Like, this sounds okay today. I have to admit, I don't mind this, but it does have like a particular kind of foam sound because we are using foam. Not a bad thing, but again, some variety would be nice there. And then the other thing I didn't like about this was the knob. I don't really care for this. See you guys. Talk to you guys later. Love you guys and peace out, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay,